we're making sure government stays out of your life. So the idea that government can tell you what to eat, gone. The idea that government can force you to have 7 different bins in your home, gone.
Okay, the proceeding was an excerpt from a little post that a guy named Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of the UK, gave, basically stating that they're going to withdraw some of their efforts to sort of modify your existence, more or less, to sort of abate climate change. That is the thing. So one of the things they're saying there is we're not going to pick what food you can eat. We're not going to tell you what food you can eat. We're not going to tell you how many bins there are. And the rest of the speech he talks about, different types of household appliances that they were talking about rejecting, and then, moving, transitioning to cars. And what this represents is, basically caving to some pressure that has been directed by the people. The people are saying, "Hey, we're not putting up with this BS. We're not going to eat the bugs. We're not going to, do this and that because of climate change, right?" And what you can be assured of is anything, one thing you can guarantee about politicians is they lie all the time, right? And so what they may be saying is that, well, we're not going to, and this is an issue that I'm particularly concerned about. We're not going to tell you what you can eat, but what do they do instead? Well, they make the food you want to eat so expensive you can't afford it, or they put farmers out of business, or something along those lines. So it's like, well, we're not going to tell you what to eat, but we're going to limit the choices so it's impossible for you to eat any other way. So, but the fact that he's backpedaling indicates that the pressure is being felt. And remember, we are not powerless. As a community, as a collection, as a population, there are millions and millions and millions of us that are tired of this nonsense. And so we need to continue to push and push and push and push. And remember, like I said before, the number one thing these people respond to is money, is greed, their desire for wealth, right? And how do you impact that? You impact that at the bottom line. You say, first of all, you don't buy the garbage, right? As I tell you, every time you buy these ultra-processed garbagey foods, guess who you give more power to, right? More power over, first of all, it gives you power over your body because you're addicted to it. But secondly, you give power to these sort of corrupt people that want to continue to dictate what you do and say and think and all those types of things. So remember, it's very important that you individually and collectively pick the winners and losers. And how do you pick the winners? By supporting them financially. Remember I said about this whole YouTube thing. Again, watch the stupid ads, or let them play in the background, right? This tells YouTube, because of course they're greedy like everybody else. They want money. So you watch, you put the ads on, it picks the channels that you guys want to succeed. Remember, algorithms, we're swimming upstream, guys. We are the underdogs, undoubtedly. I mean, this, Rishi Sunak, basically essentially appointed by the monarch, King Charles basically ushered him in, or I think that's how, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how it works in the UK. And this guy was not elected by the people. He was just basically installed. He is a wealthy globalist business leader. Perhaps that was one of the reasons he was put in there. So again, but we can fight back. We are not powerless, but we have to act in mass. We have to act in numbers. And again, you got to face your own demons. You got to get rid of that garbage. This is one thing, and again, as far as who do you support on, lifting their voices up, with regard to me, like I said, like the channel, subscribe, share, watch the stupid video or the stupid ads for a little bit. This is how we change, guys. This is how we fight. This is a fight. I'm telling you guys, and this is a fight. And the other thing is, you must talk to the younger people. You must talk to your children, your grandchildren. You've got to get it. You've got to teach them, because they are being brainwashed at lightning speed. I mean, there is massive efforts because they know, they're building their own prisons, right? They're convincing these people to build their own prisons, and as the older generations eventually dies off, which they always do, we always do, they're going to bring this down there. And so it depends on what you want to. Some people are like, well, I'm dead, I don't care. I don't feel that way. I feel like I want my children and hopefully one day my grandchildren to live in a world where they can access good nutrition and not, live in a box and, whatever's coming, guys. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.